Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Josh from Blackline Tour Reviews, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Unless you've been living in a cave, you'll know that New York Comic Con has been going on over the last few days. So I thought we'd have a little look at some of my favourite things that have been on display there. Now, it's not necessarily things that have been revealed there. There's some things that I've already seen before, but I'm going to include a few of those just because of some really awesome figures coming out, and there's some new shots and updates and things, so we'll have a look at those. Just to let you know that I'm filming this on Sunday lunchtime in the UK, so it's about 7:30 in the morning in New York, so there's still a little way to go with the convention. However, if I don't do it today, there's no way I'll be able to get this done and online in time for you guys. So it's just going to be a roundup of the things I've seen so far. Now, they're not all going to be new reveals. Some of the things on this list are things that have already been out and about on the web already. However, new photos of them is always nice to have a little look at. And we could talk about some of the exciting things that are to come in the next few months or a year or so. And also some things that haven't yet got dates. So I'll have a look at some of those as well. Just before we start, I wanted to mention that all of the photos you see in this video here have come from toyark.com. As I mentioned before, I did not manage to get over to New York Comic Con this year, so all credit goes to them. Please head over to their website and have a little look around for all sorts of toy and action figure related news. I'm going to start my list off with an honourable mention, and that is the Figure Arts movie realisation Admiral Akbar Shogun figure. This thing is absolutely incredible. I mean, who wouldn't want a giant alien fish looking samurai in bright white uniform? Those big googly eyes look absolutely stunning. And then those fists and the huge claw gauntlet hands just look absolutely terrifying. Something about this just reminds me of Pennywise from It for some reason. He looks a little bit sort of dweeby, and the baggy clothes and the white and the dorky face, just, I guess that sums Akbar up. But he's one of my favourite sort of comedy characters from the Star Wars franchise. It looks like he comes with some sort of fan, Japanese fan. He's got a small blade across his waist, and he's got a large samurai sword at his hip, it looks like. And then in at number 10, we have the DC Collectibles Deceased Batman. Clever name, I like it. So this is a bit of a surprise for me on my list. It only makes it to number 10 because it's DC Collectibles. I'm not a DC Collectibles fan. I'm not a collector of DC figures in general. I do like Batman. I love his character design, and I'm really into zombies, so this figure really hits both of those marks. His articulation does look okay. Double jointed elbows, double jointed knees. The rest of it is, your guess is as good as mine really with DC Collectibles. However, it is the blue and the grey suit Batman, so I really like this figure. In at number 9 is the SH Figure Arts Great Ape figure, and this guy is absolutely huge. You can see he looks incredibly heavy. In fact, they've even added extra stands just to hold his hands up, which is a little bit concerning. I don't really want to have 3 or 2 minimum stands holding up my figures, but I guess it's really hard to see how big he is compared to everything else, but I guess that indicates he's absolutely massive. And of course, if he comes with the stands and that base, then I'd be fine with that. I would worry about the cost. However, the face sculpt looks absolutely insane. He looks absolutely terrifying. The paintwork looks great though. I love the yellow on the shoulder pads. I love the bright blue. And I love all the battle damage he's got going on. Again, on his right shoulder pad, it's been obviously destroyed. And all the battle damage on his chest, all the cracks and everything looks amazing. I'm a big Dragon Ball fan, and I think this one has been a long time coming, so I'm excited about that. And at number 8, actually another figure that really surprised me, is the Diamond Select Toys PS4 Spider-Man. Now, the reason this really surprised me is because I only own one other Diamond Select toy figure, and it's absolutely abysmal. It's the Deadpool, the red suit Deadpool. I'm not sure if there's any more. I've never been interested in Diamond Select after owning that figure. The articulation art figure is absolutely terrible, and I hate it. I don't know why I still own it. It should be in the bin. But anyway, let's talk about this Spider-Man. The reason I've chosen this Spider-Man is because the sculpt looks absolutely brilliant. I love that paintwork. I love the vibrant white spider on his chest. The bright blue and red paint on his suit look incredible. The black lines look really nice and crisp. Will it look like this when it gets finally released? I doubt it. It's Diamond Select, and who knows what the articulation is going to be like. Spider-Man needs to have incredible hips, needs to have really good shoulders. Will Diamond Select deliver? Who knows? We'll see when it comes out in November. At number 7 then is a figure that I never thought I'd see. It's a blast from the past, not something I'm particularly familiar with, and that's the Storm Collectibles Golden Axe, Axe Battler and Red Dragon. This guy looks awesome, and anything that comes with a big red and yellow and orange dragon wins it for me, and Storm Collectibles are absolutely killing it at the moment. I've seen loads of reviews of their Mortal Kombat stuff and their Street Fighter figures, and they look absolutely amazing. So I'm assuming that this guy is going to follow suit with that. But anyway, he looks brilliant. His articulation, he looks like he's got butterfly joints. The sculpt looks incredible. The paint looks really nice. And for me, it's all about the Red Dragon. He looks so, so good. The brown leather and the nice distressed metal rings on his reins look absolutely great. There's so much detail in the head sculpt of that dragon. You can see all the scales. You can see the nice bright white teeth. Axe Battler comes with a nice big silver sword, which has a nice matte finish to it. Lots of detail. The sculpt of the muscle work on Axe Battler looks really great, so I'm actually really excited about this figure. I'm not sure where he would go in my collection. I'm not sure whether I'd pick him up. He would potentially have been higher up on my list if I was more interested in Golden Axe. However, he had to make it on there just for the Red Dragon alone. Next on the list at number 6 is another movie realization figure. And the display at New York Comic Con looked absolutely insane with all those figures up. However, the figure that really stood out for me in that collection was the Kylo Ren figure. He may have been around for a little while now. I know he's scheduled for release this month, so really excited about that. He looks fantastic. I absolutely love the look of these samurai figures. He comes with the sword, the short dagger on his front again. He comes with his red transparent lightsaber. He comes with a nice cape and lots of layers, which really make him look the part. I love his armor at the front and the purple wrap around his waist, and the mask looks incredible. They've done a brilliant job. Sometimes the mask on these figures look a little bit dodgy, but I think they've really nailed it with this guy. And that's why I put him in at number 6. And then at number 5, again, something that's really surprised me that it made it on the list, because I am not a statue collector at all, but it's the Plex, or Plex, Godzilla from the 2019 movie. And the reason this made the top 10 and actually made it all the way up to number 5 is the sheer size and quality of detail and paint and sculpt of this thing. It is absolutely beautiful. The matte finish on the scales with that shiny tips all over, and the blue dry brush on those, the blue through the eyes, the blue through the back and the tail. If it were all down to sculpt and paintwork, this guy would have made it to number 1 easily. However, again, I'm not a statue collector, and I certainly wouldn't be able to pick up anything this size and the price that's presumably going to go with it. So in at number 4 is the Mezco 112 Collective Gambit that we have already seen a few times before, so it's a little bit of a cheat perhaps putting in the top 10. However, the reason I've put it in here and as high as number 4 is that I feel like some things have changed. Previously, I feel like his jacket was quite big and bulky and baggy and just looked a little bit tatty. However, now it looks like it's got a really nice finish. It looks a little bit better fitted. I think it's a little bit tighter around the shoulders and around the chest, and possibly even a little bit thinner so that it's not making him look quite so much like the Michelin Man. I love the finish on the coat. I love the texture on the inside and the fact that it hasn't got all those horrible frayed edges that we sometimes see on the Mezco soft goods. And let's be honest, it's Gambit. The character design has always been something I've really enjoyed, so I'm really looking forward to seeing him in the flesh and hopefully getting hold of him. Now the final 3 figures are in the higher price bracket, but what do you expect? I mean, the higher the price, the cooler these things look, and this is not a top 10 things list of things I can afford. This is a top 10 of the coolest things I've seen at New York Comic Con. So at number 3 is Hot Toys First Order Snow Trooper, and this guy looks amazing. I'm really into figures with soft goods, and man, does this guy deliver. Look at that cape, the way that it flows. I love the bendy wire in there, makes it look incredibly dynamic. It really sits nicely over his shoulders, and the sculpt of that helmet looks incredible. I love the bright white. It looks really stark up against the sort of dark grey inner of the cape and the black accents on the gun. The whole thing just looks amazing. The snow boots with the detail on. This guy looks insane. I'm really looking forward to seeing more about this figure and, of course, the price that it comes in at. Okay, the figure at number 2 spot is the Mezco 112 Collective Mr. Freeze. And this guy looks insane. The amount of detail is just incredible. The frozen glass on that dome is incredible, and how you can just about make out the face, the details of the face behind it. Looks amazing. All those capsules behind his head and the vibrant blues that they've been painted in. The freeze ray that he comes with is an absolute beast. The detail on it again, the paintwork with the different blues, the different dark greys, and all the speckles around the front that makes it look like it's been damaged through use. This thing just looks great. The tubes that come out from the gun and around to his backpack look amazing. I love the sort of slightly baggy boiler suit-like trousers that he's wearing and the detail on them, and then those huge chunky boots. He looks phenomenal. So the number 1 spot goes to the Hot Toys Mandalorian figure. I am so excited for the Mandalorian show to come out. I cannot wait to see it. It's been a long time coming, and I love the detail of the costume, the bagginess around his neck, the way that it gathers slightly on the sleeves with the grey material, the weathered look on the armor plates on his thighs, and the rusted metal around his shins for those shin guards. What I'm assuming are bolts for his gun across his chest and on his ankle. The detail in those looks incredible. The leather boots and the handgun and the rifle that look like they've come straight out of a Western. I mean, this guy is a perfect mix of sci-fi and Western. I absolutely love. The leather straps look really realistic. The metallic clips and buckles and goggles and rivets all over just really add to the detail of this figure, and in typical Hot Toys style makes it look like he's just stepped out of the screen. So that is a rundown of my top 10 favourite figures on show at New York Comic Con 2019. If you have a different opinion, please let me know down below. Let me know what your favourite figure was. If you agree with any of the things that I've put in my top 10 list. Don't forget to check out my other videos, subscribe to my channel and click that notification bell. And remember, collect, play and be proud.